One Saturday morning, not long after Sarah and I got married, we were doing some of the exciting things you might do on a Saturday morning. She was stripping the sheets off the bed to put in the washer, and I was scouring the bathtub and sink. And I've been working on the room, scrub. Anyway, I'd learned to do such things while in the United States Navy, and actually I felt a little overtrained. Anyway, I said something that was just a little unnecessary. It wasn't an argument or a disagreement. I just said something a little unnecessary. A little cool breeze came through the room. Shh. Have you ever said something just a little unnecessary and felt that little cool breeze come through the room? Shh. Well, I didn't want to ruin the morning, so I said to Sarah, I really didn't know why I said that, and I really didn't mean anything by it, and I was sorry, and would she please forgive me? Well, she, being a gracious person, said, yes, I'll forgive you. Well, I went back to my bathroom scouring detail, and I've been working on the scrub. Anyway, I began to think about how sometimes when someone says something to offend me, that I continue to think about it and have some really stormy thoughts. And I didn't want her to have any unnecessary stormy thoughts, so I went back into the other room and I said to Sarah, would you please forgive me in your mind? Well, she, being a gracious person, said, yes, I'll forgive you in my mind. Well, I went back in there to my bathroom scouring detail, and I've been working on the room. Scrub. I begin to think about how sometimes when someone says something to offend me, I have a lot of hurt feelings. Now, I didn't want her to have any hurt feelings, so I went in and asked, would you please forgive me in your heart? And she, being a gracious person, said, yes, I'll forgive you in my heart. Well, I went back to my bathroom scouring detail, and I've been working on the room, scrub. And I began to think about how sometimes when someone says something to offend me, I feel wounded in my spirit, and I close my spirit. And I become quiet and withdrawn. Well, I didn't want Sarah to be having a wounded spirit, so I went into her and said, would you please forgive me in your spirit? And she, being a gracious person, said, yes, I'll forgive you in my spirit. Well, I went back to my bathroom scouring detail, and I've been working on scrub. And I began to think and realize that's what forgiveness is about. Being able to forgive in your mind, your heart, and your spirit. Well, a few weeks later, Sarah and I were stirring around, and she said something was just a little unnecessary. That little cool breeze came floating through the room, and I got quiet. She said, did I say something to offend you? And what do we always say? No, you didn't say anything to offend me. While thinking inside, you turkey. Anyway, Sarah said, well, I must have said something to offend you and upset you. Would you forgive me? Well, I knew I was supposed to forgive her. So I mumbled. Yeah, I'll forgive you. Then she tried to give me a hug, and it was like trying to get up the backside of a porcupine. It was worse than trying to hug a telephone pole. Then she remembered what I said to her that previous Saturday morning, and Sarah said, would you please forgive me in your mind? Well, I couldn't hardly breathe. I was having all kinds of stormy thoughts. So I said, yes, I'll forgive you in my mind. And Sarah said, would you please forgive me in your heart? I still couldn't hardly breathe. I had a bunch of upset feelings. But I said, yes, I'll forgive you in my heart. And Sarah said, would you please forgive me in your spirit? Well, by that time I was able to breathe. And I said, yes, I'll forgive you in my spirit. Then I realized that the offense was lifted and I was able to give her a warm, loving hug. So when you're having stormy thoughts or upset feelings or a wounded spirit, when you say something that's just a little unnecessary and you feel that little cool breeze, remember the tale of the Saturday morning blues.